Good day, all kings and queens, all gods and goddesses, all beautiful people. I am B Floss the God, and today I just want to talk about how to manifest just by focusing on yourself, right? How to manifest just by focusing on yourself. Now, if you take a look back, right, at some of the best times in your life, I mean, even before you knew about manifesting and what's not, right? Some of those best times of your life where like doors were opening up for you and opportunities, and relationships and what's not, right? I guarantee you at those moments, like you were more focused on yourself, like working on yourself, you know? You probably were like taking better care of your health, like going to the gym and what's not, working out, you know, eating healthy. Um, if you had a 9 to 5 job, you were still like finding time, to do your hobbies, what you love to do, you know. Um, yeah, and I'm even like I can even speak from experience of those times in my life where I was just focused on myself, right? I wasn't even studying like relationships or nothing like that. Like I was just focusing on myself and my well being, eating healthy, working out, doing things that I love to do, like music and acting and stuff, I was more focused on that, right? Because when you focus on yourself, okay, and on what you love to do, that puts you into a state of joy, right? And self fulfillment and wholeness. You're at peace when you're doing those things that you love to do, okay? Even if you're not really doing things that you love to do, like your hobbies or what's not, or you probably might not find what you like to do in life. But if you're just like focusing on your well being and taking care of yourself, like working out and stuff like that, um, eating healthy, taking care of your body and how you look and everything, and also like your spiritual well being and what's not. Even if you don't know about manifesting and those type of things, you will realize that like doors, will start to open up for you because you're now in that state, as I said before, of joy and wholeness and self fulfillment, right? At that point in time, because you're just focusing on you, right? And when you focus on you, don't forget everything on the outside is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So, by you taking care of yourself and focusing on yourself, you're becoming more whole within, right? And it opens up doors for things to just start coming at you. You understand? Even if you didn't even know about manifesting, right? If you take a look back at your life, some of the best times of your life, right? You were more like focused on yourself and doing things that you love to do, right? And this is where mindfulness now is very important and comes into play because what happens too is that like when these doors and stuff start to open up for us, you know, and things start happening the way we like it and the way we want it to be, and we're enjoying ourselves and what's not, we tend to like lose focus, not being mindful and aware, right? And what happens is when we lose that focus, we tend to drift back into those old like self beliefs and concepts that we have buried in our subconscious mind. So what happens? We end up losing those things, and it's back to square one again, right? And they can speak from experience as well because I remember um, some points in my life, where everything was going good and doors were opening up for me. Like I was focused on myself, working out, eating healthy, focusing on my music and what's not. And yeah, and it would be going good for like, say like a year or two, sometimes maybe even less. And I would like end up losing those things, like, the good things that were coming into my life at that time, right? Because I wasn't mindful, you know the time where I was focused on myself, I was focused and doing what I love to do and stuff. But when these things started to come, like by not being aware and mindful, I would drift back into like those old beliefs and habits, right? Which will cause me to lose those things, you know? So that's why I'm very grateful and thankful now for my spiritual awakening, and and having knowledge more about manifestations, and and being the importance of being mindful and aware and what's not. All right, because it's been very useful for me so far since I've learned about it, you know, and I'm very thankful indeed for that. So, like, just by, I mean, even if you're not using the tools, because these tools such as affirmations and scripting, and imaginal acts and visualizations, as it was said before, like, these are just tools to put you into that state, into the state of what you want to manifest and materialize, right? And that state is usually of joy and peace, calmness and happiness, self sufficiency, wholeness, right? And that's what the tools are there for, okay? And that is why self concept, is very important and useful, because when you're focused on yourself, as I said before, and doing things that you love to do, it puts you into that state, of joy, and, you have more confidence, you feel good, you look good, you know, and because you're in that state, doors are opening up for you for things that are, you know, things that are in vibration to that which you want to manifest, right? Things that are in vibration to that feeling that you are in, that state that you are in, So things on that vibration or on that level, they'll be attracted into your life, right? So just by doing things that you love to do and focusing on yourself, again, you're able to manifest, your desires, because the infinite intelligence knows your every desire, right? The infinite intelligence knows your desire. So when you're doing things that you love to do and you're focusing on yourself, you will start to see, like, even relationships, like, some, it may be even more than one person, like, coming towards you. That you'll be shocked, like, what the hell, because you're more focused on, and finding that wholeness within yourself, right? So it's opening up doors and opportunities, like relationships, money. You might start to realize that, like, certain jobs, even if you have a job right now, you'll realize now, like, certain jobs that you probably were applying for before, you are now starting to get the calls from these jobs. You might start to get a couple unexpected checks, and what's not. You start to meet more beautiful people, doors and opportunities would then start to open up for you. But as I said before, what happens is, when we're not mindful, right, it's easy to lose that focus and drift back into those old habits and beliefs, because at that moment, now, when we're focused on ourselves, is like, for the better and doing things that we love to do, it's putting you into that state, of the wish fulfilled, of joy and happiness and wholeness and peace. So it's like, you're not really in that negative vibration, of those old habits and belief, even though they're still there buried, deep within. But what happens is, when things start to look up and start to be the way we want it to be, we tend to lose focus, right? And as I said before, again, being mindful is very, very, very important, So know that you have knowledge now of manifestations, and the tools and what's not, You can apply them, you know, and to manifest, the life that you really want with ease, okay? And just by doing what you love to do. As I said, even if you're not using these tools, but you're focusing on yourself and your well-being, which allows you to be in that state of peace and joy and wholeness and self-sufficiency. All right? Just by doing what you love to do and focusing on yourself opens up doors for manifestations to come into your life. All right? And this is nothing written, nothing rehearsed or anything. I'm just coming straight off the top. All right. But if you can look back at your life, things that you would have manifested even before you knew about manifestations or anything, right? I guarantee you were more, like, focused on yourself. You wasn't even studying relationships or anything like that. Like, you were more focused on your well-being, and and doing things that you love to do, focusing on your health and everything, which raises your vibration and your frequency, you know, and puts you into that state of all those beautiful things, where all those beautiful things dwell. And as I said before, once again, being mindful is very, very important. Okay? So, yes, that's how you manifest. That's how you manifest, just by focusing on yourself. Okay? Just by doing things you love to do, focusing on your health and your well being, you know? And just by doing that, puts you into the state already of the wish fulfilled. Okay, so with all that being said, peoples, I am Be Floss to God. I hope this message, would have touched you in some way. Feel free to comment. Feel free to like. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe as well and click the notification bell for more videos to come. All right. I am Be Floss to God, and I'm sending you my love, peace, joy, prosperity, and blessings as usual. And do enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Love and peace.